self-worth. Our first question is, how can the people around you affect your self-worth? The people around you can affect your self-worth. For me, it's like if somebody around me is very negative, like towards me, like if they say stuff they know I'm not gonna like, then it's just gonna make me like really feel like I'm unwanted in that situation or near that person. And if they're being positive, then I'm gonna feel wanted. So yeah.
Adding on to what she said, a negative person, or when you surround yourself around a negative person, it can affect the way you think about yourself if they're speaking to you or about you negatively.
I think that the people you typically hang around, they can cause you to think down on yourself, or when you're just like hanging around them, it causes you to change the way you think or something like that.
All right. Next question. How does social media affect you as a teenager?
Well, social media, there's a lot of influencers or a lot of people out there that you might compare yourself to, and it kind of makes you feel
Your self-esteem.
yeah, it makes your self-esteem go lower because you think like, oh, look at how pretty they are, or like something like that.
To add on what she said, yeah, that was kind of like me, because like at one point I had to unfollow a lot of pretty girls on Instagram because it was really affecting me, and how I looked at myself. And I feel like a lot of times on social media, it's like they're not portraying what they really are, like, cause like with the pictures, you can like look like that for one picture, and then like in real life, when you see someone, you're like, oh, they don't really look like what they look like online and stuff.
Well, me personally, I don't think my self-esteem has never went down because of someone on social media, but I think for a lot of people that since they have a lot of influencers who are on social media who they look up to, it causes their self-esteem to go down because they're looking at what's on the internet instead of actually what's the person who they really are instead of that.
Because I think, like, you know how sometimes, like, we get too caught up in social media, like, we actually forget. Next question. How does school affect your mental health?
I guess I'll go first.
Yes.
School, I think it can affect you in both a positive and negative way. I think negative, they have like a lot of schoolwork and homework, and it causes you and your brain just to be just like way down. You can get carried up in a lot of stuff, like your sleep schedule might be messed up because of work and stuff like that. But in a positive way, I think a lot of children look forward to going to school because, you know, they might have a bad home and they might just come to school and they have like food to eat or like friends to be with, and just causes them to feel loved.
Like, I'll add on to what Kyson said. I think a lot of times, like, school, like she said, it's like pros and cons about school. The pros are like, if you don't like being at home, or like she said, you don't like your home life, you still have here to like try to escape for like 8 hours. But the cons are like the work and like how your parents put more pressure on you for your schoolwork than actually thinking about you, because like a lot of times, like your parents get like really upset if you have a C, a D, and maybe even an F. Now some parents are really strict with the B's. Like, I don't know about that, but I just feel like parents should focus more on like grades are good to a certain extent, but I feel like you shouldn't like hide that over your child's mental health and stuff.
Adding to what Carson said earlier, I feel like school can I guess drain you, like with the schoolwork, the homework, all those things.
How has school personally affected your mental health? like in your personal life.
Okay.
Personally, personally, school has affected my mental health because a lot of times, like the people here, like the jokes and stuff, like even those jokes can have like a big impact on somebody because like sometimes when they say stuff, I don't let it get to me, but at the same time, it has a certain, like spot that it hurts.
I would say that school can try to like drain me. I guess like putting all the effort into like a test or studying really hard and not really focusing on myself because that's really mentally draining. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like the same for me. Like when I said that it can mess up your sleep schedule and all that stuff because of the homework and whatever. But I think it, like Layla said, like it drains you mentally and physically. Also when you have like sports and stuff, and the school always wants you to do like physical, like and academics and stuff like that. So yeah.
And another thing is that you know how when like you don't get any time to yourself, and when you try to get time to yourself, it's like you'll be behind on so much schoolwork.
Definitely.
Like you can't take one day out of the week and be like, ooh, I'ma just relax. When I get home, I'ma just watch movies, eat. Like it's like exactly. It's like when you do that, you're behind. You don't know your test. You don't have your homework done. It's like a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Any more for that question? All right. How can what you listen to and watch affect your self-worth?
Being on social media or watching movies, TV shows, or listening to what you think might be something that's encouraging or whatever, might actually be affecting your mental health by like getting into your brain or whatever and stuff like that, causing you to think differently about yourself or whatever.
I put it like, I would kind of compare it to like rappers and stuff because a lot of times if you listen to rappers, all they talk about are really girls with a perfect body. Like they don't talk about like girls with like imperfections or nothing. All they talk about is girls with butts and stuff like that. But not every girl is built like that, clearly. Because like a lot of times those, like them rappers girls, they be getting like butt implants,
and all that,
and stuff. And it's like not real. And then it'll paint a picture in like girls our age heads, like exactly. Cause like if you see nowadays, a lot of people are getting like BBLs and
it's
stuff.
like the standard.
Exactly. Like it's not even a good standard. It's a bad standard because I feel like everybody should be perfect. Not perfect, but they should feel good in their own eyes. Like whether if you don't have a butt or you don't have like boobs or anything, like I feel like you should be like, it should be not really equal because not everybody's gonna look good in every man's eyes, but you only have to look good for one person. So
yeah. I feel like social media and all that stuff can make your insecurities like because you might look at somebody and they have like the perfect skin and you'll have like acne or something and
or like or like the hairstyles.
But I think always living up to some type of standard might cause your self-esteem to go down because you're always trying to be like somebody else or portray some other type of image that's not who you are, instead of just knowing that your identity comes from God and that He made you in His image.
Watch, like, because we only did what you listen to, really. But what you watch has an effect because, like Layla did say, like, if you look at pretty girls and stuff, you're going to be like, man, she has this, this, and this. And some people compare skin colors. What do you do in your free time to boost your self-worth?
Go ahead.
Maybe, I don't know, get my nails done or get my hair done. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. You want to go? In free time, I think I like to watch certain movies. Like recently, I've been into kid movies. don't do that. But recently, I have been into kid movies because it doesn't have anything in it where like nothing bad really.
It can cause you to like.
Yeah. So recently, I've been into like little funny cartoons. So, and it makes me laugh. Seeing like them being stupid.
What do I do in my free time to boost my self-care? Most like Zions, I would like watch a movie. It wouldn't be kid movies, but I would watch a movie or something. But I would also like sit in the tub for a long time or drink like some coffee or something. Or I would have like a journal. There's this journal that my mom bought me for Christmas, and it has like all the stuff that you need to do and what you want to do, and it gives you a challenge every day to better yourself. So like one day it might have like, today I'm gonna go take myself out for a treat, like get my nails done or eat something. So I think it's really helpful and stuff like that.
Okay, so we have like a couple minutes, so that'll be some time.
But how would you say what you do in your free time after you like come back from your like real self-care weekend? How does that affect you when you come back?
Like to school or
yeah, more weather.
like we were talking about earlier. I mean, just getting lost on homework or getting behind on homework.
Wait, what is it?
Like, how does it make you feel when you come back to school or wherever you come back from when you after your self-care weekend or whatever? How do you feel?
I bet.
I feel good, but then at the same time I feel bad because when I come to school sometimes I don't really like even though like I look like I feel like coming to school, I don't really feel like coming to school because at the same time you're always near those like same people that say the same things, and even though you should be used to hearing the same things over and over again, you're never used to hearing the same thing.
I think for me it can go either or. I can feel good and both bad because I mean like when I come back I feel like refreshed, whatever. I feel like really good, but at the same time it's like you never wanted to come out of that state because like Zion said, you're just going back to those same people, the same environment that can make you feel that same type of way that you went in before like the self-care journey.
I think I got a question. I just want to make sure it's not the same as the other ones you're asking. Okay, it's like kind of the same thing. How do people around you? But how do you like your friends? Because we said people, but people are kind of different from your friends. Like, how do your friends either boost your self-worth or like tear down your self-worth?
It can go either. Some friends, they'll actually try and help you with things like maybe if your hair's messed up one day and they'll be like, oh, you got something wrong with your hair, or if your hygiene isn't that well, they'll help you out with like anything. They'll be like, oh, here's some perfume, here's any of this, and so, but negatively, some people, they'll talk about you behind your back, and so.
I'll add on to what Layla said. I think it's the friends thing nowadays. It's like it's harder at the same time because you never really know like who's actually like real, because like anybody could talk behind your back, but that's when trust and stuff comes. But friends, I say it depends, because sometimes you could compare yourself to your friends. You'll be like, man, she has this, and this. Maybe I want that. But I don't really do that. Even though sometimes my friends kind of like, they make me feel good, but they make me feel bad at the same time.
I think that it can go both positive and negative because sometimes you just have those really good friends that will like lift you up and tell you what you need to do and stuff like that, versus you might have people that you hang around that can cause you to, I don't know, like go down in life, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Wait,
Like tear you down or whatever, even though they're just like human. Have their flaws
they don't
and-
mean to, but they do it anyway.
Have their flaws and imperfections, but they're just humans, and they might accidentally say something, because you know, just like how friends are, they might jokingly say something, but it might affect you in some way that they never knew it. So I think in like when it comes to friends affecting your self-worth, I think communication is a big key in that, so they know how you feel.
Yeah, that's when I feel like that's when it comes down to like watching what you say sometimes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause like some jokes, like, cause sometimes I realize when I say a joke, it might actually hurt the person. Even though I was low key joking, but it might actually hurt the person. So like sometimes you have to like watch your jokes. Anything else before we close?
I guess one more question, like when did you find out where your identity lies?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, when did you like shut all those people out?
Okay.
If you have.
You
You
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Mine was when I repeatedly heard the same thing I was insecure about. Like, when most of the people found out what I was insecure about, like, it made me feel bad. But then after that, once you realize where your identity comes from, like, which is God, but once you like realize where your identity comes from, nobody can really tell you like what you look like, or you're not good enough, or you need this, you need that, because you know where your identity comes from, and you're the only person that looks like you. So that's why I don't really like when people like get implants or like get features of their face changed, because like nobody else is gonna look like exactly like you. But you may have a twin or someone like that, but they're not gonna be another like Layla, Zions, or Carson. They're just gonna, it's only one of us.
Can you say the question again?
I said, when did you
Find out where your identity comes from.
I guess starting this year, going into high school, or moving from a public school to a private school. At a public school, there's like, I mean, everywhere there's standards, but like, there's a lot of people who say bad things, or a lot of that type of stuff. But then again, moving into a private school, nobody really cares about how you look or how you act. I mean, but yeah.
Carson, you
when
close
did
up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
When I found out, I think that I think we all knew, like me, Zion, and Layla all knew, like from like a child, that our identity laid in God. But I think as you got older, it just kind of like slipped away from you.
Because you put in somebody else.
Exactly. So I think that really all you have to do is change the people that you're surrounding yourself with and things like that. But for people who aren't Christians, that don't know where that identity lays, I think that you should always like maybe like write down when you started feeling that,
And why?
Why
Insecurity and why.
the insecurity sparked, where it came from, and then look back at on those notes, and then change what you see and change your surroundings and stuff like that. So
By change what she sees, she does not mean go get a BBL or something. But
or a boyfriend.
Thank you guys for watching.
Journey to self-care.
And I hope you enjoyed.